20 years ago, there was a considerable gap to fill in Uganda's corporate governance, risk management and internal controls for institutions and organizations. Processes and systems of accountability were existent but not effective, and in some cases, a lack of transparency, accountability, and corporate management crippled the progress of critical government and private institutions. In 2002, a group of ambitious young audit practitioners formed an association that set out to lay the foundations of an institution that educates, certifies, and serves all the professional growth needs for internal auditors throughout their career.
The history of this institute, a few people saw the need to come together and share ideas, but also come together and get affiliated to the best in the world, so that we can get all the materials and the training, so that the practice of the profession of internal auditing would be at the global level. So we got together, a few of us, agreed on basic structures, appointed a small committee, which I chaired. The first time when we had the registration, we were 33. You can imagine. We didn't wait to first gather big numbers. The moment we reached 33, we started and the rest came and joined us. So there are many people to remember. If I were to mention just a few, the late Kafero was head of internal audit at Housing Finance Bank. So he gave us the first venue. So our first meeting was at Housing Finance Bank. Parite Twinomujuni, who became the second president, Michael Nyago, Alex Twesije, Robert Otara, Dr. Fiction Akonya, Margaret Chireta. So there are a number of people who were key in that startup. And the moment we all agreed that we needed to be together, that was it. And then the rest is history.
Over the years, global changes in technology and business operations presented new challenges and risks that our pioneers could not have envisioned to meet the growing professional needs and demand we need to evolve. We were not alone in this journey. There are so many people to thank, including past IIA staff who transitioned to crucial positions in the government institutions to spread the good work.
Now, in this country, Uganda, whenever we talked about audit, people understood audit to mean external audit. And indeed, in the government, Office of Auditor General was started around 1920s. So all through, that was pre-independence period. There was presence of Office of Auditor General, but managed directly from the UK. And the independence time, we're only talking about audit, meaning external audit. Most of us who went through university many years ago, if you are doing auditing at university level, the auditing that they're talking about is really external audit. So you can see internal audit was not well understood. I want to thank the earlier presidents who saw it necessary to open a chapter in Uganda for Institute of Internal Auditors, because their work was a foundation for the greater development of internal audit in the country. Now, as Institute of Internal Auditors, what we really need to begin doing is to start thinking of how we can regulate the work of internal audit practitioners. We are shy to talk about the regulation, but for me as Internal Auditor General, I think that's the way to go. We want an auditor who can give us a qualitative report. If a road was supposed to be constructed and that road is of a certain distance and that road is of a certain thickness and that road, we want an auditor who can raise all those questions, because for us in audit, you don't have to be a doctor to raise serious questions in the health sector. You don't necessarily have to be an engineer. All you need are the right auditing skills.
Today, communication skills are an invaluable trait for auditors. Women often thrive at relationship building, which can help them develop strong working relationships with clients, colleagues, managers, corporate directors, and others. In 2019, the Institute embraced its first woman president's opportunity to lead the organization.
Being the first female president of the IIA was a great honor. It was a great honor, a great privilege. It was something that was marked in history as a landmark event, because as an institute, for all the years that we were in existence, we had never had a female president. So it was really something that I took very seriously as an individual, but also as a professional, to demonstrate to the girl child that it is possible. You know, there's so many organizations, institutes that have been running for years and years, and they have never had a female president. So for me, that was really something that I took to heart, and something that I reflect on as something that will forever be in the history of IIA, as being inclusive, thinking about diversity, because we have members who are female, and we must demonstrate to them that even as a female, you can lead an institute.
Women are able to ask hard questions, but at the same time demand answers to those questions and carry through with the message until it is executed. I think that's why today's boards require that you have a balanced board that composes men and women, so that really we can leverage on the courage that women carry.
I don't know whether the parental aspect also comes in, where ladies usually nurture children and whatever, then when they come to organizations, because in organizations we deal with people, interpersonal skills, and sometimes you find that ladies handle people better than us men. And I want to believe that also contributes to the success of ladies within the internal audit profession.
The Institute of Internal Auditors is a gateway to a network of like-minded professionals looking for education resources, tools, and certification to distinguish their competency. This year presents new opportunities to help internal auditors across Uganda unlock their potential.
We've come a very long way, and we've grown from strength to strength. And in terms of our footprint, in terms of the private and public sectors, we see the role of the internal auditors becoming more and more pronounced. We're trying to focus on engagement and collaboration. Many people do not understand our role of internal auditors. If you ask what the internal auditor does in an organization, you may have as many answers as the number of people in the room. So we really want to be able to move in that direction. We're also looking at issues of advocacy, because we see in terms when you talk about internal audit, people do not really take the profession, sometimes because of misunderstanding, sometimes because we are not able to actually explain ourselves and be understood. So we are looking at that in terms of collaboration, in terms of thought leadership, in terms of engagement, but also looking at innovation for purposes of building resilience. We see we need to anchor and strengthen the profession as a key enabler to organizational success.
We have also achieved growth in trainings, the trainings that we've conducted so far, because originally we started with few trainings, but now we have very many trainings that are being developed by the Institute, and we are planning to also have a home, so that all those trainings are conducted from our resource center.
The Institute is the recipient of multiple excellence awards from IIA Global and continues to enhance its offering programs and certificate qualifications like CIA certification, CRMA certification, and Quail certification. All IIA qualifications are internationally recognized and accredited globally And now, success is all out there. From 32 members in 2002 to over 700 members today.
I think the biggest turning point for Institute of Internal Auditors Uganda were the partnerships we had with the other countries. And we at the regional level, we worked with the Institute of Internal Auditors around East Africa, and you'll find that we worked a lot with the Institute of Internal Auditors Kenya, Institute of Internal Auditors Tanzania, Botswana. We started picking resources from these countries to attend conferences, and then people started seeing that some of the things we think cannot work in Uganda actually are working elsewhere. And you'll find that, for example, Uganda was trusted even by Institute of Internal Auditors Global. We started serving on the global committees. We got opportunity, for example, when I served as chairman of the African Federation of the Institutes of Internal Auditing. It was a good thing that Uganda could be trusted to give Africa the third leader when we formed the federation. So there are all these things that brought us nearer to achieving the milestones that we had set.
Uganda had lots of its challenges. So some people internationally did think that you could have professional internal auditors coming up as to make a meaningful contribution to the profession. But my presence at the international conference and the long discussion I had with a lady called Sylvia Boyd, it changed the situation. We were even allowed to bypass some of the steps of getting affiliated. So you can imagine I met her in June 2003. We started the process of affiliation shortly thereafter, and by December the same year, the board of directors had approved our affiliation. And that affiliation changed the entire game. We got connected to the entire global network. I attended the Global Council in Sydney, Australia, and that enabled me to meet even more people from all around the world. And Uganda became known, and we got connected to all institutes.
If you look at the Institute of Internal Auditors Uganda, it's one institute that has had leadership changes in Africa without conflict. So somehow we are a big team. We trust each other, we work with each other, we learn from each other. None of us is an expert. We're always exploring for new information. And I think for me that drives us more. The Institute of Internal Auditors can only grow. It can only be better. We've done too much. We can never go back. We just want that the stakeholders appreciate us more. They benefit from us. They leverage from what we have to offer. And then we believe if we achieve all this, even governance systems will continue improving. We've come from very far, and I believe we are going far too.
Join the Institute. There's a lot of merit in being part of a professional institute like the IIA. One, the network. IIA has a very rich and diverse network that you can take advantage of as a young professional. With IIA, it's all about professionalism. We are the guardians of professionalism, integrity in our organizations as internal auditors. And so I would like for you to make that choice today.
The Institute of Internal Auditors offers wonderful opportunities for young people. It's a career that one can pursue. I personally pursued the career of internal auditing up to when I stopped working. And it's been beneficial, it's been value adding. It's taken me places, it's helped me to help others. So it's a career that others can build on. Networking, too much networking opportunities around us. You have internal auditors from UNRA, they can benchmark with others from URA, we can pick from Mokwano industries, the private sector, bring practices in the private sector, put them in the public sector, bring those of the public sector, build them into the private sector. So there is too much opportunity. So young people, internal auditing is a wonderful career. The beautiful thing about internal auditing is that it is a growing profession. It is where innovation is unlimited. You are always looking for how to improve processes of organization. It's an opportunity for every person, and we believe the more people take up this career, the better for themselves and also for our country.
We really encourage all our students to join the Institute of Internal Auditors and such that the numbers and professionalism can grow.
Why IIA? Why not any other? We deliver very, very prime certifications that make our members stand out from the crowd in terms of delivering internal audit services. The major one is the CIA certification, which is the Certified Internal Auditors profession, which is really the global brand for the internal auditors.
Congratulations to the people of Uganda, members of the Institute of Internal Auditors in Uganda. 20 years is a tremendous achievement for the profession. This is all due to hard work, commitment, and a lot of work in the background that many cannot see of the founding leaders, as well as all the members, our sponsors over the years, the stakeholders, and everyone in the profession together, including the government of United Republic of Uganda.
Congratulations to the Institute of Internal Auditors Uganda. We are privileged that having begun in 2002, it's now 20 years. And to the president and the CEO, who also happen to be an alumni of Chambogo University, Mr. Mupada Ruben, we congratulate the Institute of Internal Auditors and wish you the very best in professionalizing auditing in Uganda.
I extend my sincere congratulations to IIA Uganda on your 20th anniversary. I'm certain this will be a special and perhaps even an emotional event as you celebrate 20 years of contributions to our great profession.
It's good that you've managed to keep going for so long, to see the Institute developing as it has developed, and also to see the profession developing not only in Uganda but also in Africa. And that's one of the things that really makes me proud to be an internal auditor, because we as a profession are global and we help out each other. And so on that note, I hope that we have a very successful annual conference for your 20th. Wish you well for the future. And although I very much doubt that I'll be here, I wish you well for your 50th anniversary. So, goodbye.
I would like to congratulate the Institute. For me personally, given that it was mothered at Housing Finance Bank, we congratulate it much bigger.
Thank you very much, Institute of Internal Auditors. Thank you very much, colleagues. For me, I am proud to be an internal auditor. And of course, I'm also proud to be a professional accountant. But as the Internal Auditor General, what we promote so much is our internal audit brand, and I'm proud to be an internal auditor, and I encourage you to be proud to be internal auditors. It's a journey.
I want to deliver a thank you message to all of you for having actually been part of the growth of this institute.
Dear IIA members, thank you so much for being part of the Institute. We thank you so much. We can't take it for granted. The government of Uganda, private sector, the Global Institute of Internal Auditors, thank you so much for the support, and we are looking forward to developing the profession in the next 20 years.
For me, the biggest success was that the baby was born. You know, when a baby is born, the baby was healthy, the baby was properly nurtured, and today the celebration we have today is because of that birth to that baby.
The Institute of Internal Auditors celebrates 20 years with a renewed commitment to promote the highest standards of professionalism in corporate governance, organization reliance, and accountability. We look forward to transforming the audit profession in Uganda and empowering institutions and corporate organizations to be efficient and resilient entities on a national and global scale.
It is indeed a wonderful opportunity to officiate at the 16th Annual Internal Audit Conference organized by the Institute of Auditors, held under the theme Rethinking Organizational Sustainability, Rising Up to the Challenge. Your institute is celebrating 20 years since its establishment. I take this opportunity to congratulate you for this key milestone.
The internal auditor's function plays a very important role in the promotion of governance, accountability, and transparency and fight against corruption. Your Excellency, this theme is in line with the government's effort to address the challenges brought about by, among others, the global developments, which is the war in Russia and COVID-19.
It is more relevant now than ever to partner with our boards, with management, with the government to address the current pressing challenges such as hyperinflation, disrupted supply chains, growing and competing stakeholder demands, climate change, cybersecurity, increased costs of compliance, disruptive innovation from competitors, and other emerging risks. I would like to appreciate our presenters for accepting to speak at our 16th Annual National Internal Audit Conference. Special thanks to our sponsors for making this conference affordable for the hundreds of internal auditors that we have within the room and those that we have online participating in the conference today and over the next 3 days.
IIA Uganda is here to help internal auditors manage risk, promote good governance, build organizational resilience, and enhance value and unlock your potential. Will you join us on this journey?